G'day mateys and welcome back to the Down Under Gamer channel. It is the Down Under Gamer here and we are back with episode 5 of our DEI 1.2.3 Rise of Rome Let's Play campaign for Rome 2 Total War. So obviously in the previous episodes we came through, we managed to kick Taris out. You know, the Epirotes out of Taris. We also then took the settlement. We reclaimed Crescentia, Beneventum and Asculum. You know, obviously destroyed the Samnium League and whatnot when it rose up. We then had a Veneti army come down here chasing rebels and sort of do an incursion into our lands. However, they are now, it looks like they've actually lost their home settlement. The Ligurians have been a little bit, how do we say, ambitious and taken the opportunity to invade them while they were absent. So that said, so they are now stuck in our land, so hopefully they don't decide to stay. We are pulling up our smaller legion to obviously continue them moving on their merry way. Our main army, currently led by our leader, Primus Inter Paris, is currently stationed down in the south. So I have been advised in the comments by you guys not to actually invade Syracuse, because there are scripts in place which will actually trigger the First Punic War. At this point in time, we are definitely not in a position to take on a war with Carthage. We definitely need to build our economy and get that sort of up and running if we've got any chance whatsoever of supporting a fleet, which is going to be vital in a prolonged war against Carthage. So that is obviously what we're probably going to look at this episode. So that said, guys, as always, if you like what I'm doing here on the channel, smash that subscribe button. If you haven't already, drop this video a like and leave your thoughts, tips, tricks down in the comment section below. So for those of you wondering, there are points where my voice is going a little bit sort of croaky and hoarse. It's because I've actually just quit smoking about 2 weeks ago. So cigarette smoking, that is, and my lungs are starting to repair themselves, and I'm getting to the point where my lungs are starting to sort of push like all the nasty stuff out and all that sort of good stuff. So I do apologise. I'll try and keep my voice and my throat as clear as possible. But in the meantime, let's have a look at some buildings that we can build that will hopefully you know, boost and bolster our economy a little bit. So salt industry, so it'll give us 225 wealth from mining. It'll also give us 0.3% second and third class citizens, which is probably not too bad. So if we upgrade this, that is -2 food, but it'll give us 25 salt, 254 wealth from maritime commerce, 0.5% first, second and third class citizens. That's not too bad. So we might go ahead and build that one. So this one here, what is this? Wine. So if we do wine, again, first, second and third class citizens, unlocks recruitment of Italic Melites, Roawi, Akensi levies, Campanioi Hoplite, Securiferi. So it's a trade resource. Trade is good. That's the way I look at it. Trade is good. So this one here, we might build this. It's going to increase banditry and piracy, but it's going to give us extra food. Let's see, I don't know with that one. What about this one here? So 25 fish, so that'll give us extra food, give us extra growth. That works, in my opinion. I think that works. So we will get those going. Obviously we will look at getting things happening down in the south, in the coming turns. But for the time being, we'll concentrate on sort of doing this one here. We own the whole region, at least for now. So we'll see what happens. And obviously we've got a lot of trade resources up there as well. Alright, so he's, the Veneti have actually pulled back, which is great. So what do we got? Research technology in the following category. Construction. Okay. Alright, so our income's starting to sort of improve a little bit by the looks of that. So can we see what's going on up here in this settlements? It's the Veneti. Alright, so I think we will maybe keep that army there and keep these guys blocked in. They'll probably die of attrition very soon. So I think maybe I should wait. Actually, let's have a look at our diplomacy.
Be welcome. If I can give you a fair answer, you will have it.
So they're probably not going to give me a trade agreement. Because that's the key here. If I can secure a few more trade agreements.
We are not known as patient people. Therefore, welcome. Speak to the point. Okay, so nothing's going to happen there. So, what can this guy do? Gather support, send a gift. And we have a son. So, what can she do? Do a favour, send a gift. Send a diplomat, organise games. Oh wow, that's a lot. Send emissary. No, she's been, she misbehaved, so she can just stay put, I think. So this one here. So this gives us first and second class. Latin cultural influence, which is good, a public order, which is good. Also gives me increased research, but however it does minus 6% provincial income, taxes for building. So we might just skip that one for now. Syracuse's fleet is off. Now, if I remember correctly, I think Panormus is actually significantly important, so I'm sort of glad it's been added into this map.
We will make your homes a wasteland, despoil your women.
What'll happen here? Well, at least we now know that the Ligurians have got a reasonable force there, don't we? But that should be the Veneti destroyed. Where was I? What was I saying? Oh yeah, Panormus. I'm glad they've kind of added Panormus in here. Because obviously Panormus was the site of some very significant battles and naval engagements between the Carthaginians and the Romans during the Punic Wars. So what do we have? So this guy here. What has this guy done? Your general is seeking permission to sail down the Cloaca Maxima. He feels this spectacle will provide distraction for the people and display this impressive piece of Roman architecture. It may be costly, but the people will enjoy the spectacle. Prevent him. What is this madness? The idea is laughable, but when you consider the costs, send this fool away. Do nothing. Let this madman do as he will. Allow him. Why not? Shits and giggles. It is what it is. Hey. All right. So these guys will sit and recruit. Actually, what I might do is, because I think a possible war with the Veneti is going to happen. So we'll pull these guys back down here. We'll get them to sit here and camp. And eventually we will start marching our main army up here. So obviously our general and whatnot aren't actually reinforcing it. So I think I need to get them up to here anyway. And then perhaps we'll pull our spy up and we'll go and scout out the Ligurians. That could be an interesting possibility. So where are we? Ligurians. Liguria. Who are they allied with? They're allied with absolutely nobody. Well. Okay. So what can we do here in the south? We've got a little bit of money now. So we got wealth from manufacturing minus banditry. So that could be a worthwhile building to put in there, and at least that we've got like a bit of a sheltered base, I guess, in the Adriatic there to build a fleet from. Sure, let's do it. This character has... Oh, that's right, my governor. I think it is. Yes. So which one's this? So that's his tax rate. Yeah, we'll level that up. Can't level that up anymore. Can I level that up? No, I only get the one. Okay. So what is this one? Local bandit +1 cunning. So cunning, 10% chance of wounding enemy agents. +3 public order from military presence. 15% chance of wounding enemy agents. Sure, let's go with a nice little pup. To end the turn. influence rises in Sicily. Once Carthaginian ally within their sphere of influence, Messina had been taken within the Roman area of control. This new push into Sicily has caused the two major powers to begin eyeing the island between them at the staging ground for war. Although they were once allies, the two preeminent powers of the Western Mediterranean now seem on a collision course for conflict. The aging hegemony of the Carthaginian Republic now faces an up-and-coming Rome that will threaten its power in the region. You damn straight I will. Protection expiring. You're still protected from a succession or civil war. So it'll expire in 3 turns. Very good. These guys. Right, so I think maybe we'll get our spy up here to come and check on the Ligurians, I think. So what do we got? Construction reports. So public forum in a terrace and a farm. Minus 10 senators. It is what it is. Funny all the same. Okay. And the turn. Subject gains Naturian. A lot of people are gaining Naturian at the moment. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Some fool has been caught defacing the temple of Jupiter. Such matters should not be taken lightly. Pay off the temple. A generous contribution to the running of the temple shouldn't make the issue go away. Hand him over. Let Jupiter decide his fate. Punish him yourself. Chastise the cur and look reverent before the gods. Hand him over. You know, if it had been a lesser god's temple, maybe we could have accepted that, but certainly not Jupiter. It's like the high god of Rome. Oh, these guys have got two full stack armies, so they will be tough to tackle, won't they? They certainly will be.
How can I be of assistance?
We hunger for battle.
So obviously, I'm guessing like a little graphic glitch there on the map. It's fort, no fort, fort, no fort, fort, no fort. Training reforms. Bloody drill makes bloody battles victorious ones. You completed a technological advancement giving you an advantage over your rivals. Slave riots. Taris. Okay, so there's a good chance that we will get some sort of a rebellion there. That's okay. Very shortly.
Finding shelter. We hunger for battle.
We shall move our main army there.
On the move. Ready for orders. I don't care how tired you are. It's your command. Faster, damn you all!
Roman barracks in Beneventum. Oh, very good. So what is this one? A farming settlements. -1 food, +2 growth. Farming from agriculture, +3 wealth. Second and third class, first and fourth class. Yeah, that's not too bad. So what is this? A market settlements. 3% from all comments. First and second, third and fourth. That's a huge growth in third and fourth. What was that? 150, -6 banditry, -2%. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. And what is this one? Olive oil. Sure, let's build that. Tech. What do we need? A construction one, didn't we? Now that's a big Epirote fleet. I wonder where that's heading. I'm just jealous because I don't have a fleet, but it is what it is. We got a rival banquet. 10 boycott, forbid or break. I think attend.
How may I serve you?
we've got here 51, 48, 48, 53, 24. Okay, so there's nothing super scary about them. Faction encountered. What did we get then? Subre. And I can't trade with them. Okay.
I give you greeting and my attention for the next few minutes. Make your case, but without a lawyer. There will be no...
Alright, so this is what I might do, is I might use my spy here to start scouting up along the Mediterranean coast. Find me more factions that I can potentially do trade agreements with.
I seek diversion.
Ligurian levies, short sword warriors, Celtic youths, Insubrian cavalry, mercenary alpine skirmishers. Okay. So what is our army looking like?
Ready for orders. Gathering supplies. Get moving, you wretches!
Excuse me. So what does this one do for me? 75 wealth. It's a lot of public order, building a gladiator or an amphitheatre. It's third class citizen growth, 75 wealth from entertainment. It also gives me extra garrison, town guards, slingers, citizens. You know what? Let's build it. Why not? Let's do it. Nothing like a bit of good old gladiator, gladiator swords and that sort of good stuff in general.
It's your command. March. Ready for further orders.
So guys, I will be ending this episode soonish. Obviously, it's our NRL, which for those of you that aren't aware, with Australian sports, it's kind of very very similar to like the NFL in America, I guess. Rival banquets, influence, +5 senators. +10 loyalty for 5 turns. You've shown class and impressed all parties, but the organiser of the banquets also gained influence. It is what it is. So yeah, we have what's called the NRL, which is the equivalent to what do you call it? It's our very similar to like the American NFL and all that sort of good stuff. So it's like one of our big football leagues. We do have two here. We've got the AFL, which did their grand finals yesterday, and obviously the NRL, which is has their grand final today. So I'll be heading out a little bit later. to partake in that one. So I have a troubled populace, Italia.
Ready for battle. Make haste, men.
That's definitely one thing
Destination reached.
I really appreciate with the newer Total War games, is obviously the level of detail they've put into the strategy maps. You know, like the mountain ranges and the forests and the river valleys and all that sort of stuff like that. They're just amazing. And obviously, you know, modding teams like DEI take those and just make them even better. So definitely, yeah. I mean, I remember you know, when I was doing EB. You know, obviously what the EB team did with the original map for Rome was just like wow, unbelievable. And then obviously EB 2. The latest EB 2.3, they did an amazing job with that map as well. But you know, it's just sort of these newer maps are just very, very, very impressive. So what do we got? Faction arises. Let's have a look. The Habasa tribes. Okay. Cool. Ludi Romani, instituted in the early days of the Roman Republic, Ludi Romani was a day-long public festival held in honour of Jupiter Optimus Maximus. Celebrations began with a grand procession from the Temple of Jupiter to the Circus Maximus, where animal sacrifice would be offered in Jupiter's name. The rest of the day was devoted to chariot races between skilled athletes, dangerous and thrilling sport, which rapidly became an obsessive passion for the people of Rome. Over the next 4 centuries, Rome prospered and the Ludi Romani grew into many days of feasting, celebration and games, and later came to incorporate theatre, dance and other forms of entertainment. The time the Republic gave way to the days of the Empire, there was a number of regular Ludi held throughout the year, and the Ludi Romani expanded into a 15-day extravaganza. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Imagine a 15-day long public holiday. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So what do we got? Construction complete. Shipwright at Taris. So a little bit of extra money there. Faction encountered the Aetolian League. Okay. Oh, sorry. Faction destroyed. Faction encountered was Antigonidae, or the Macedonians. I wonder if they want to trade.
Be welcome here, and speak as you wish, without fear of consequence or danger.
I wonder if they will accept a little bit of money for a trade agreement. No, they won't. That's okay.
At your service. The shadow among shadows. I cannot continue.
Who's that? The Volcae. The Volcae. Do I have a trade agreement with the Volcae?
My time is better spent feasting and hunting than listening.
No, I don't. But now I do.
You bless our meeting.
The Sesitani, which is another.
Greetings, friend. We will speak together. I accept the name of our people. Let this be a...
What about Athene?
For
Have
the
they
sake
warmed
of
up to me
friendship
yet?
that has been and
No.
friendship to come,
And Antigone.
I am honored to
Definitely
receive
not.
this embassy.
No. Okay. That is cool. So what do we got? 3,400. What can we build? Oh yeah, so these guys have all upgraded now, which is awesome. Now, I have received several comments from you guys about why I built the Field of Mars in Roma. So here's how it sits. Okay, so Roma historically had the Field of Mars. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned in the first episode that I wasn't 100% certain of what the features and the mechanics and all that sort of good stuff was with the game and this particular mod. So obviously we built Roma, or the Field of Mars in Roma, and the reason I did that is because historically that's where the Field of Mars was in Rome, or I believe it was outside of Rome. I think I explained this maybe an episode or two ago. And so obviously that's why it was built there. Now, some of you have disagreed with that, I think, and yes, ultimately, technically I have wasted a building slot because there's no need to have it there. I get that, but at this point in time, historically, it kind of fits. That's why it's there. So for the time being, or at least for the immediate future of this Let's Play, it will stay there because historically that's where it was. Also, if I wanted to build an auxiliary barracks, auxiliary camp there, I would need to have a Field of Mars anyway. It is what it is. So guys, please, honestly, get over it. It's not a big deal. It's just a building. I can destroy it at a later point in time and build something else there should the need arise. But apart from that, guys, I do apologise if this episode was a little bit boring, but our economy is doing quite well now, obviously up to making sort of, say, 2,300 a turn. Food's doing fine. Public order, by the looks of it, for now is doing okay. Latin culture's on the rise all over the place, whereas Italic and Hellenic are on the decline. Which is obviously good because we need that to be the case, obviously. And we're gradually upgrading our settlements. Economy's getting stronger. Armies have fully replenished. So next episode, I may look at declaring war on the Ligurians. Obviously, they've got, I believe that's glassware there. And over here, do they have anything? No, they have a star. I have no idea what that is. These guys, though, they have, I don't know whether that's animal hides or whether it's, I don't know, slingshots, jumpers, inflatable armbands, or whatever that sort of resource there is. It looks interesting, but I do believe this is another region. Yeah, Medlange into Batavium. So that will be our goal, is to obviously take that one, secure secure northern sort of Italia. So that's the plan.
But anyway, guys, as always, if you enjoyed this episode, smash that subscribe button and drop this video a like, and leave your thoughts, tips, tricks, all that sort of good stuff down in the comment section below. This is the Down Under Gamer signing off. I hope you all have an awesome weekend. Thank you very much for watching. I have a grand final to go and watch. Cheers.